26 points all. They've just kicked off the golden point. Now the players for the next match. On field number 1 here, the stadium field.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to St Mary's here for this Emerging Nations World Championships Trophy Final between the Philippines and Poland. You've just witnessed the third game in the physical disability games between New Zealand and Australia, with Australia running out 14 points to 8 winners and claiming the trophy over the 3-game series. So well done to the Australian boys there, and commiserations to the New Zealand crew, and safe travels home. So we'll pause here for the national anthem.
The national anthems of the Philippines and Poland.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthems for Poland and the Philippines. Let's run through the Polish side before kickoff. We have number 1, Ethan Niszczok. Number 2, Evan Artsevutsis. Number 3, Jamie Czervenek. Number 4, Simon Meslanka. 5, Michael Meslanka. 6, Jonah Metuangaro. 7, Harry Saker. 23, Stephen Kolodje. 9, Arek Werstak. 10, James Usha. 11, Chippy Korotschuk. 12, Norbert Balansinski. 13, Liam Saker. 15, Michael Bryan. 16, Todd Mosley. 14, Alex Kowalski. And 17, Nathan Mikulowski. I got through that all right, I reckon. All right, let's start on the Philippines side. We've got in the 1, Richard Goodwin. 19, Karen Kisane. 3, Blake Mackey. 4, Dennis Gordon. 5, Ned Stevenson. 18, Jordan Bine. 7, Mark Russell. 16, Dylan Jones. 9, Paul Sheedy. 10, Ramon Stubbs. 14, Joey Mallion. 12, William Grooms. 23, Jeremy Grooms. 11, Daniel Kusika. 15, Ellis Jensen. 2, Michael Godfrey. And 17, Ryan Jones. And we're underway here in the trophy final between Poland and the Philippines, with Philippines getting us underway. And we'll dribble down to Poland, who have been super impressive in this tournament so far. 3 wins from 3. They defeated Vanuatu to get to the trophy final 44-4, and that was their closest game of the tournament so far. So we had Big Willie Mason in commentary last week talking up Poland's chances in this tournament, and he wasn't wrong. So they work their way up to the 40 now, so it'll be a tough task for the Philippines today. They're coming off a victory over Turkey, 29-16 in the semi-final. We just had Turkey win in extra time on field 2. As Poland gets to their kick on the first set, that's Harry Saker. Comes down to Goodwin. And a good chase from the kicker as well, so decent set from Poland first up. Let's see if the Philippines can respond. We tackled 20 out from their own line. Stephenson with the play the ball. So shifted through the hands. Dylan Jones with that run. He'll be tackled just shy of the 30 as they come down the short side now. That's the 18, Jordan Bine. Come back centre field, and that's that same man again, Dylan Jones. This will be the last tackle, 5 shy of halfway. Come down the short side. There's a kick from Bine. It's high, not long though. Drifting towards the sideline. It manages to stay in field, and they keep it alive, the Philippines. It's still the last. So they flick it out the back. Comes to Goodwin. And he puts it on the toe, so a bit of a frantic end of that first set for the Philippines, but they get through it nonetheless. Now they'll look to muscle up in defence and driving him backwards too. There's Nishtok there, getting pushed backwards. It's Michael Maslanka in the 5. He asked to play it. No, it's play on, says the referee. So he goes again, Maslanka. Picks up a good 20 metres with that run. The old fake play the ball trick. They come down the left-hand side now. That's Wingaro just turning Liam Saker back underneath. So they go short to Koloje, and he's stiffened up, but a little bit too high there from Stubbs. And Poland will have the first penalty of the day. They'll have a very good opportunity to go on the attack here. They fine touch 20 metres out from the line, so full set of 6 at their disposal. Korochchuk now with the first run of the set. He'll play the ball 10 metres out. They get out of dummy half now. That's Worstak going himself. He'll be tackled a couple of metres out from the line as they come the open side to Saker. Saker with the long pass. That's the fullback Nishtok. Nishtok steps off the right, still going Nishtok. He'll go under the sticks. There's the first try in the trophy final. And it's Ethan Nishtok under the black dot. Poland lead 4-0 with a kick to come. Great start for Poland off the back of that penalty. They get a piggyback downfield. Nishtok, right foot, straight through the hole as we see the replay here. Comes to him 2 passes wide off the ruck from Saker. Steps off the right, puts the fend out and finds a little crack in the Philippines defence, and he slices through. As I said earlier, they've been on fire this tournament, Poland, and they've started this game in the same vein. It'll be Nishtok to try and add the extras to his own kick. I've put the commentator's curse on once this week from a shot right in front, but I'm willing to back him in here. If he misses, don't tell him where Dan McCamley lives. As he moves in. Nah, never in doubt. Nishtok has the extras. So after 5 minutes of the first half gone. We've got Poland 6, Philippines 0. Off the back of that penalty and a full set of 6 on their line. They only needed 2 or 3 tackles, but Nishtok slices through. The Philippines get us back underway. If you're tuning in on Bar TV, make sure you let us know where you're cheering from and who you're cheering for. We've had a really good response from our international fans. We had somebody from Kansas City tuning in into the game before. We've had regulars from London and Manchester, Spain, Canada. Poland with a little error here, so just opening the door for the Philippines. Bentley Pride Old Boys and supporters, get hashtag Big Ush the footy. If you can let me know who Big Ush is, we'll call for that. Might send a message down to the trainer for you. As I said earlier, we had Willie Mason up in commentary the other day. He's had a little bit to do with the Polish team, so it's good to see these former and some current NRL players as well getting involved with these smaller nations as we talk about rugby league. This tournament's really giving them a great opportunity to get some competitive fixtures under their belts. 4 games for each team in this tournament. So the Philippines now are on the attack. They're tackled inside the 10 here, so Stubbs will play the ball. They go to the left, that's Russell. Pass hits the deck, it goes backwards, it'll be play on. Looks like it's Mackie out there. He'll be tackled 10 out from the line. That's Jones. Big involvement early from the front rower. This will be the last tackle. So come the open side. That's Russell. Through the hands to Bine. Bine short ball and is put down. And he put his man Mallion into a gap there. Pass just didn't stick, so Poland come away with it as they work it out from their own end. Oh, yeah. Muscling up in defence of Philippines. Sherbanek now up towards the 30. Big thank you to the Polish team manager for giving me a hand with some of these names. Poland get another penalty, so we all saw what happened after the first penalty. Let's see if they can repeat that on this set as a fine touch 35 out from the Philippines line. James Usher will take the first run. Nice offload from the big man. Worstak now taking the line on. He's met by Jeremy Groom, so nowhere to go for Worstak. Plays the ball as they come to the right-hand side. Saker just holds onto it there. Thought he might go out the back to Nishchok. Kolodziej now up over the 20. Still a few tackles up their sleeve. They're deep to the left here, Poland. They go the other way, though, through Saker. Saker with a ball to his centre. Mazlanka couldn't hold on to it. The Philippines come up with it. So they weather that storm, the Philippines. They'll look to work it out from their own end now. Play the ball 30 metres out from their own line. Dennis Gordon coming in for a run, taking some pressure off his forwards. So they come to Bine. Bine cut out pass, a nice inside ball there. I'll play it on the 40. They kick early in the set. It's heading towards the sideline, looking for a 40-20, and it's copped a horrible bounce if you're a Philippines player or supporter. And Nishtok makes the error. Well, they didn't get the 40-20, but they got the result they were after. They get the ball back 10 metres out from Poland try line. Nishtok just took his eyes off the ball trying to pick that one up. It was a decent kick, and If it gets the right bounce, it's a 40-20, but decided to do the old Shane Warne leg break back in field. They get the result anyway, the Philippines, so they'll have a full set of 6 here inside the Polish 20. Byrne feeds the scrum and wins it. Comes to Russell. Russell takes the line on, and he's tackled 5 out from the line. And he's locked it on. First tackle. Well, what a let-off for Poland. Great chance for the Philippines to apply some pressure. First tackle, Russell's put it on the deck. With this Polish team playing the way that they are, the Philippines are going to have to take their chances when they come, so that'll be disappointing for them. So they win the scrum and they go to the right. Simon Mazlanka out there in the 4. He'll play the ball 20 out from his own line. Good numbers in the tackle there from the Philippines. 4 players in that tackle, driving them backwards. Liam Saker there up to the 30. They go to the big front rower, James Usha. Plenty of touches for Usha. I see Mel Howard is watching. Women's rugby league player for the St George Dragons. Thanks for tuning in, Mel. Played in the inaugural Women's Championships.
6 points, and Hungary are yet to score.
So the Philippines now look to work it out from their own end. That's Gordon now to dummy half. He's up to halfway now. So go down the left. Russell, short ball, finds his centre, Blake Mackey. Tackled 30 metres out from the Poland line. So come to Byrne now. Byrne puts it up high. Chases his own kick. Russell's down there as well. And Nishtok takes it well. So safe hands this time from the fullback. We're 12 and a half minutes gone here at St Mary's, and Poland got on the board early. They lead 6-0, but haven't been able to get down the other end as of yet. The Philippines have been on top for the last 5 or so minutes. Usha with another run. They're up to the 30. Slow play the ball as they come down the short side now. That's the 11, Korochchuk. So they kick early through Saker. It sits up nicely for Goodwin, who'll have a chance to run this back. He dummies to his winger. Got Debbie Sherbanik tuning in from the Gold Coast, Queensland. So cheerio, Debbie. Thanks for tuning in on Bar TV. They've streamed every game live of these Emerging Nations World Championships, and we've still got a couple to come to Savo, including the big cup final between Niue and Malta. Should be an absolute cracker. But here we've got the trophy final between Poland and the Philippines, and Russell's brought down just inside Poland territory. So he gets the ball back from his dummy half as they shift the ball to Goodwin. Goodwin now trying to get on the outside of his man. He offloads to Cassine. He'll be tackled 30 out from the line. So last tackle here for the Philippines. Come to Byrne. Byrne to Russell. They go through the hands. It comes to the fullback, Goodwin. Goodwin trying to get on the outside of his man and can't. Great tackle from Mazlanka. Poland come up with it. Promising signs though from the Philippines. We touched on it earlier. Poland getting through to this final 44-4 victors over Vanuatu, and that's their closest margin so far in this tournament. So Philippines holding their own so far in these early goings. Korochchuk up to the 40, flirting with that sideline. Not sure the sideline's flirting back though. James Usha, good numbers in the tackle again. This will be the last. Oh, my apologies, I've miscounted. Not wearing thongs today. Saika now. Puts it down to Goodwin, who's well positioned, takes it on the full. He can run this back. Got a wall of Polish defenders in front of him though. Good kick chase. Plenty of support for Big Ush. Kick the door in for a meat pie. For those that are watching overseas, I think that means try. Bit of rhyming slang there. Big Ush is number 10 for Poland, James Usha. That makes a lot of sense now. Probably could have got that one by myself. Bayern now takes a line on and he runs into Big Ush. He's all over him, the big man. This will be the last tackle as they come to Russell. Little kick in behind. Mazlanka can't deal with it first time, but he can the second. So a bit of fortune there for Poland. Just in a little bit of an arm wrestle at the moment. Both teams just happy to get to their kicks. Philippines looking to force an error here with their defence. Sheedy with the first contact. Hooker. Come to the left-hand side. There's Usha. That's been stripped out. Blind Freddy could have seen that one. The referee did. Not that I'm calling the referee Blind Freddy. All picked up there by the referee. So that'll be a penalty to Poland and give them a chance to get out of their own end. They've been working it off their own 10 or 20 metre line for the last 10 minutes or so. First 17 minutes of this one's flown by. The scoreline reads 6 points to 0, Poland over the Philippines. At the end of this set, you'd expect Poland to be in a very good attacking position. Koroschuk now. He'll play the ball 35 out from the line, or a little bobble. Yep. He's dropped the ball on the first tackle, so he repays the favour that the Philippines did to them earlier, where Russell couldn't hold on to it on the first, and really lets the Philippines off the hook there. So it'll be the Philippines with a scrum feed, about 35 out from their own line. Sun poking through the clouds here at St Mary's. It's a beautiful afternoon. There's still plenty of action to come. If you're in the area, duck down here. It's only $5 entry. Get to see some really good international rugby league. This Emerging Nations World Championships hasn't been short of good footy. Russell now throws a face past Mackie with the pass to his winger, and it can't find the mark. They stripped them for numbers there. Stephenson just couldn't hold on to it. Poland will have a scrum feed now. 5 metres inside the Philippines territory. So we've got the big cup final coming up after this. We've got Niue taking on Malta. There's Nishtok now, the try scorer. Beats the first defender but can't beat the second. He's tackled 35 out from the line, centre field. They come to Usha. Big Ush carrying 2 and 3 with him. Come the open side now, that's Harry Saker. Saker with a short ball back on the inside to Liam Saker. Come down the left, that's Medu Ngaro. They find a bit of space out here, Poland. For Sherbanek. He'll be tackled 10 out from the line. So go from dummy half. Artsavutsis. He's met by 3 defenders, so going nowhere there. Last tackle. It'll come to Medu Ngaro. He finds Saker. Saker with a little kick in behind. He finds the grass, but Goodwin's well positioned. Comes across and cleans up. It'll be the Philippines now to do some dirty work off their own line. Russell taking the line on, the halfback making his way up to the 30. So it goes short to Jones. kick through Bine. Kicks over the top of Nishtok. He'll bring the ball back to fullback. He tackled just shy of his own 30 on the first. Artsavutsas now. They go down the short side. Shasherbanik. They find Koroschuk. They're inside Philippines territory as they come the open side. Saker now, short ball. Finds the 15 who's out there now, Michael Bryan. Saker down the short side. Puts a kick in behind. Goodwin comes across and cleans up. Looking for a little bit of space here, Goodwin. But again, it's a wall of Polish defenders, so their kick chase has been excellent today. So they come to Gordon. They could do with a penalty here, the Philippines. A bit of a piggyback upfield. That's Mackie coming in from the far centre position. Come to Russell. Russell finds the 12. I'll play the ball 40 out from the line. Russell again. That's the 15, Ellis Jensen. Russell, plenty of touches in this set. Kicks long, there's nobody at home. Oh, there he is, he's behind that pole. Nishtok, back in his own in goals. Good kick chase from Russell, great tackle from Russell. Nishtok barely manages to get back to the field of play. Well, that's a great kick and a great chase from the 7. Mark Russell. And now all of a sudden Poland have got to work it off their own line. Oh, that's a relieving penalty. Slipped up a bit too high. Just when the Philippines were really starting to pile on the pressure. Saker will kick for touch. That's a good touch finder as well. He picks up 30 metres on that kick. 17 minutes to play in this first half. Poland lead the Philippines 6-0. We had an early try to Ethan Nishtok. That's all we've seen so far. It's been played in the middle third of the field, essentially. Both sides have had a couple of chances with ball in hand, but nothing to write home about. Saker now shifts the ball. Metuangaro. They find their winger out here, Artsavutsas. Still going, Artsavutsas. Play the ball. Try to catch him out down the short side, and they have done. It's Koroschuk, comes to the fullback, and too strong. Koroschuk. He goes over. Quick play the ball, found some space down a very narrow short side. And Koroschuk goes over. 10 points to 0 with a kick to come. And they win that little arm wrestle that was going on. We see the replay, comes to the fullback, Goodwin, and Koroschuk just said, "You're not going to tackle me." Over he goes. Poland jump out to a 10 points to 0 lead. This is the trophy final between the Philippines and Poland. We just witnessed the Aussies take out the physical disability title against the Kiwis. They won the third and deciding game, 14 points to 8. Plenty of supporters here at St Mary's. We've got games going on field 2 as well. We've got Hungary versus Greece. They put it on an absolute beauty on the first day of competition. Hungary upsetting Greece in that one. Looks like Greece have gone over there. So try to Greece. You can catch that live on Bar TV as well. But I'd love for you to stay and listen to this one. Nishtok will move in to try and add the extras. Strikes it and hits the left upright for the second time today.
The score remains with Poland on 10 and the Philippines are yet to score.
Left upright's copping a battering today in first game today. And now Nishtok. So it'll be buying to get us back underway.
Come on, Gordon!
Goes down to Saker. He gives it to Brian. The ball's been lost. Good shot in defence. Brian puts it on the deck, so an opportunity here for the Philippines to hit straight back. Scoreline is 10 points to 0, Poland over the Philippines. They'll have a scrum feed about 15 out from the Poland line. Great opportunity here as they go one off the scrum. Stephenson with the first run. So they come down the right-hand side. That's Byron. Short ball inside. Kusia, sorry. He's tackled inside the 10. Still a few tackles up their sleeve. So they come to Jones. Saker screaming for support in defence. They've got numbers that way. They go that way, the Philippines. They're over the line. Can he get it down? Jensen can't find the turf, so good goal line defence from Poland. Be made to play at 10 out from the line. Still 2 tackles up their sleeve, at least. Comes to Jones. This will be the last. So they come to Byron. Byron out the back to Goodwin. Goodwin through their hands. He's found his winger. They've still got numbers. Poland plenty to do. Cassinet had too much to do there. It was 1v4. So great scrambling from the inside there from Poland. They'll play the ball about 5 metres out from their own line on the first. So it's probably not the worst place in the world to give them back the ball though. Shcherbanek. A little bit of push and shove there between Shcherbanek and Gordon. I think that was Artsavusa, sorry. Referee's going to have a little chat and put him on report, so look like Daniel Kusia on report.
Come on, Philippines!
Poland will have a penalty, so they kick for touch and find the line about 30 out from their own line. Just under 12 minutes to go here in this first half. We've got Poland leading the Philippines 10 points to 0 here at St Mary's. Big thank you to St Mary's for hosting these Rugby League Emerging Nations World Championships. So they come to Saker now. Steps off the right, steps off the left, looks for a hole. Going to be brought down around the 40-metre line. Not happy with that treatment there from Russell, but let's play on. Metuangaro now, he'll be tackled just shy of halfway. A little bit of feeling in this one out there at the moment. Michael Bryan's tackled now, inside Philippines territory. So they come to the left, Metuangaro. That's big, good hit and spin there. Korochchuk. He's already on the scoreboard today. Metuangaro now, puts it up high. It's not the deepest of kicks, but there's Polish players everywhere. It's gone forward, yes. Well, they got away with one there, the Philippines. Nobody attacking the football. Liam Saker came through and attempted to take the bomb, and it's spilt forward. So it'll be Philippines to play the ball after the changeover. Jones now. That's Ryan Jones. And a penalty. Well, that might be their first one of the game. And it'll give them a good chance to pick up some easy meters. So they kick for touch. And that is a good kick. 35 out from Poland's try line.
Come on, Gordon!
10 points to nil. Inside the last 10 minutes now here at St Mary's. 2 balls on the field, so we'll stop play. Be Gordon to take the tap. He'll go himself, Gordon. I'll play the ball 20 metres out from the line. Sheedy out of dummy half. They switch to play to Russell. Russell to Goodwin. Goodwin through the hands to Mackey. Mackey will be tackled 10 out from the line, so really good attacking position here for the Philippines. They come to Russell. That's the 15. That's Jensen. He'll be put down 10 out from the line. Just to the left of the uprights. Sheedy out of dummy half. Jones. Jones. He's a big unit, Jones. Oh, he goes to the line. It's been dropped. He reached out. Couldn't hold on to it. Michalowski comes away with it. And they've given away another penalty to the Philippines. They went close there, the Philippines, through Ryan Jones. Saker to kick for touch. He finds the line 35 out from his own line. It'll be Saker. That's Balansinski out there, sorry, in the 12. Saker to Saker. It's Harry to Liam. They're making their way up towards halfway here, Poland, as they go down the short side again through Balansinski. He'll be tackled in Philippines territory. Saker again. Short ball. Michalowski. Put down 35 out from the Philippines try line. Looking for a penalty there. Doesn't get one. Come to Saker again. Passes it on to Saker. Harry to Liam once again. 20 out, 30 out from the line. They go down the short side. Nishtok's after it. Sheedy's there to clean up the mess. It's good work from the hooker. Snuffed out any danger. Play the ball 15 out from his own line. Yeah, Mackey will play at 25 out from his own line. Bayern. Short ball. It looked to have gone backwards though. It'll be play on. Kusia still going across field, and he's wrapped up there by some good Polish defence. Bayern now. Face ball. Ellis Jensen, he's up over the 40. They go to the left through Russell. Holds it out in front of him. Goes himself, Russell. He's through Russell. He's got support on the inside. Goodwin's got it. Goodwin's being chased down. Great tackle in cover defence. Goodwin looked like he was going to score for sure. Mackey out of dummy half. It's the last. They've got numbers. He doesn't pass the ball. But we've got a penalty. Offside. Well, Russell went through, found Goodwin. You thought he was home. Great chase. And a quick play the ball, and they just couldn't find the numbers out to the left. The Philippines go on the attack through Jones. He went close earlier. They shift the ball now through Russell. That's Bayern. Throws the dummy Bayern. They've got the numbers. Oh, he doesn't let it go again. They're going to go for the line, though, the Philippines. Good defence from Poland on their own goal line, denying Kusia. Bayern in the dummy half. Comes to Russell. That's the 16 out there. That's Dylan Jones. Great opportunity for the Philippines. Still a few tackles left to play with. Oh, and as I say that, sloppy in the play the ball. And they let Poland off the hook. And it's my absolute pleasure to welcome John Grant, the chairman of Rugby League International Federation, into the commentary. Well, it's not really a booth, but how are you, John?
I'm really well, thanks. Yeah, good. 10-0. Philippines pressing on the line. Can't convert this into a win, I don't think. But, gee, it's been a good game.
It has been. I was saying earlier, Poland have been outstanding in this tournament. You know, I think their closest margin's been 40 points. So, Philippines definitely hanging tough in this one.
Yeah, they are doing really well. You're dead right.
And what have you made of the Emerging Nations tournament so far, John? It's been a pretty good tournament in my eyes.
It's done exactly what we hoped it would do. You know, it's defined what are the emerging nations in rugby league. And, you know, when you talk to some of the teams, as I've been doing out there, and to some of the management, the effort that these boys and teams and their supporters have gone to has been enormous. You know, to come from where they've come from, there's about 30-something% of the players who've travelled from overseas. Some of the teams have had almost all of their players come from overseas. And that's just a huge commitment. So, you know, the wonderful thing about being able to stage the tournament is that once you start staging these tournaments, people come, and that's what this is all about.
As we see an error from Poland, and Philippines will have a chance to go back on the attack. We're inside the final 4 minutes here of this first half. We've got Poland leading the Philippines 10-0. There's Russell now with the ball. They come to Mackie. He's a big boy, Mackie. He's tough to put down. He beats one, beats two. Still going. He's inside the 10 now, so a really good opportunity here for the Philippines. So they play the ball. Russell at dummy half. That's Stephenson now in off his wing. He'll go for the line. He'll be stopped a couple of metres short. Bit of shape here to the right. Sheedy comes that way. They find Byron. Byron with the cutout pass.
Polish defence is right on the money, isn't it?
They've been outstanding on their own line, Poland. The Philippines haven't been without their chances. Sheedy now grabs across field, runs into his own player, offloads, and Poland come up with it. So good defence from Poland. So the future for the emerging nations, John, where do we see this tournament going, taking place, how often?
Yeah, it's a good question. This is the third emerging nations tournament. I think it's been 11 years since the last one, so you couldn't say it's been regular. What the International Federation's trying to do at the moment is to map out a calendar over 5 years of all international matches at all levels, which includes tournaments. We've got the bones of that, which was announced after we had the Federation meeting in Singapore in June, and we're working on the detail of that now. But my sort of objective is to see an international calendar before the end of the year which maps out the whole thing, including all of these tournaments, so you can see them how frequently and where.
So we've got Koroschuk going through. He's already scored one try today. Poland on the attack here. Saker to Saker. Puts a little kick up, but the winger reads it well. It's been knocked back by Poland, and Saker picks it up, and Saker goes to the corner, and I think he scored. So a little bit of luck there for Poland. And Harry Saker goes over in the corner. 14-0 with a kick to come.
And how often do you see that when the defending team holds them out on their own line and then turns around and scores?
Yeah, big momentum swing there for the Polish side. Well, it's good to see that. I'm a rugby league tragic, John, and I couldn't have told you any of these nations before this tournament took off. So to be able to call these nations in international rugby league, and you know, we've seen some really good footy over the last 2 weeks. So it just shows that there's not just 4 or 5 nations playing rugby league. You know, there's plenty more nations out there willing to give this game a go, and with the right sort of backing and support, and as you said, you know, fixtures and tournaments, could really see the game grow worldwide.
Yeah, well, you know, there's 71 nations that play rugby league, some sort of domestic competition, which is, you know, no one knows that, but it's a big number. The number of participants is increasing each year very significantly in the high single digits. So, and that doesn't include the women's game, which is expanding in almost all of our countries. So all you can see ahead of you is more games, more players and more opportunities, and that's the sort of atmosphere we want to construct. And then if players can see their pathway and teams can see their pathway, then that's the way forward.
And we haven't even touched on the physical disability game that we witnessed earlier with Australia defeating New Zealand in that 3-match series. It's great to see that taking off as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic. In fact, there's some of the games that we are playing, including wheelchair disabilities, but this particular game as well. I watched the first and second games last night on stream. By the way, you guys do a great job.
Oh, thank you.
And the quality is really, really first rate for this level of competition. But it's inspirational stuff, the disabled guys, you know, and we're fortunate enough to be down there presenting some of the medals. But, you know, when you see what they put into it, you see the sort of difficulties that they thrive, it's inspirational to all of us, you know. And this game, which is a community game, this game needs to include all sorts of people who've got an interest in rugby league and want to run out on that green grass. We should be providing for.
As that kick's waved away. Well, John Grant, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I wish you all the best in your role as chairman of the Rugby League International Federation, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Cheers, thanks very much, Paul.
Thanks very much. That was John Grant there, chairman of the Rugby League International Federation, and that was the halftime siren in the background. So as we stand, we have Poland leading the Philippines 14 points to 0. We'll be back after this halftime break. Welcome back here to St Mary's Rugby League Club for this trophy final between Poland and the Philippines. I'm Dan McCamley. This is Bar TV. We're bringing you all the games live of these Emerging Nations World Championships. And in the trophy final, we have Poland leading the Philippines 14 points to 0. You might look at that scoreline and think Poland dominated that first half, but it wasn't the case. The Philippines certainly had their chances. They're still in this ball game. They could just convert a little bit of that pressure into points. Anything could happen in this second half. So remember, if you are watching us via the live stream, let us know where you're cheering from and who you're cheering for. We've had plenty of overseas visitors let us know that they're watching. People from Manchester, London, Kuwait. We've had Spain. We've had people from Hungary tuning in, Niue. So it's certainly a worldwide event, this tournament, and it's coming to a conclusion here at St Mary's today, but still a few good games left to come, including the cup final between Niue and Malta. The Philippines will have first use of possession in this second half. Russell shifts the ball to Byrne. Not afraid to throw it around here, the Philippines. That's Kusia out there in the right back row position. Byrne again, short ball. Jensen will be brought down, 35 out from his own line. Sheedy in a dummy half, goes to Byrne. Byrne finds Gordon. Gordon will be tackled 5 shy of halfway. Sheedy comes the open side. Jensen again. They're into Poland territory, last tackle. They come to Byrne. Byrne with a little kick into space. Nishchok will come across though. A good chase from the Philippines, so good first set there to open this second half. Artsavoutsas now. Work his way up to his own 20. Looking for a penalty, doesn't get one. They go down the short side. Karachchuk, he scored a try in the first half. 14 points to 0, Poland lead the Philippines. Brought down 30 metres out from their own line. Comes to Harry Saker. Kicks long. Goodwin comes across and does well to take it on the full. Good kick chase, and Saker comes flying down, puts a shot on. Goodwin bounced away from it though. Maslanka cleaned him up after that. Stephenson just slips and trips there. Sheedy in a dummy half. Good yards there from the hooker. Just about up to halfway. And a penalty. Penalty count was heavily in favour of Poland in the first half. We see Russell kick for touch. The Philippines get one here, so 30 metres out from the Polish line. 14 points to 0. They're only one try away from being right back in this. It's Grooms now. He's up to the 20. Play the ball to Sheedy. Come across field, that's Russell. Russell finds Byrne. Byrne, short ball. They go to Goodwin out the back. They found some space. Goodwin's around them. Goodwin's over in the corner. And the Philippines strike first in the second half. 14 points to 4 with a kick to come. And that puts them right back in this ball game. Lovely little play here from the Philippines as Sheedy gets out of dummy half, finds Russell. They go through the hands. Byrne with the short ball. Kusia finds Goodwin. Goodwin just showed them a clean pair of heels.
Just
3.5 minutes gone here in this second half, and that's the try that the Philippines desperately needed. It's a bit of a cliche, but they definitely needed to be the next to score. A tough kick here. Looks like Bayern will take the kick. Strikes it. And it's pushed across the face. So the scoreline remains 14 points to 4. Poland over the Philippines. At 4.5 minutes gone here in this second half. The Philippines will get a lot of confidence out of that one. Maybe Saker to get us back underway. This trophy final between the Philippines and Poland. Russell takes the kick off, gives it to Jones. Being put down 12 metres out from his own line. Not the best pass there from Sheedy, but Russell does well to pick it up. So they go through the hands early. Some enterprising play here. They find Gordon. Gordon's through, ankle tapped. Good run from Gordon there. They're up to 15 shy of halfway. It comes to Kusia. That's Jensen, sorry. Bayern now. Inside ball. That's Jones. Dylan Jones. Got Dylan Jones in the 16 and Ryan Jones in the 17. It's Bayern now. Short ball. That's Kusia out there in the 11. Goes backwards as play on. Goodwin finds Gordon. Gordon with some quick hands and they're bundled into touch. Just ran out of room there on that right-hand touchline. Poland will have a scrum feed about 30 metres out from their own line. Well, they've had it all their own way so far in this tournament, Poland. They know they're in a real game here this afternoon. As I said earlier, they defeated Vanuatu 44 points to 4 in the semi-final. They had big wins for the first 2 games of this tournament as well. They're definitely in a battle out here today. They come down the right-hand side through Korotchuk. No, Maslanka, sorry, in the 4. He asked to take it back and play it on the spot though. Eric Worstak was looking to pinch a few metres out of dummy half there. That's Liam Saker. Tackled 5 shy of halfway, centre field. They put it through the hands. There's the 11, Korotchuk. Poland will play at 35 out from the line. Put it up high. That's well taken by Goodwin. Finds his winger Stephenson. And the Philippines will have to work this out from their own try line. I'm joined in commentary now by Jeremy Edwards, who's the Southern Hemisphere General Manager of the Rugby League International Federation. How are you, Jeremy?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you very much for having me along.
That's all right. Thank you for joining me. The viewers are getting sick of my voice, so it's good to have a bit of a break.
You guys have done a sensational job. I think the last couple of weeks, football's been excellent quality, and we've certainly had a lot of views on the internet, which is a fantastic thing. So thank you very much for your wonderful effort.
Yeah, it keeps the Bar TV sports guys busy, which is good, and out of trouble.
Yeah.
So a new role for you, Jeremy, the Southern Hemisphere. It's pretty self-explanatory, I think. You look after the Southern Hemisphere teams, yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah, look, it is a newly created role. It's I finished up, I was the tournament director for the Rugby League World Cup here in 2017 here in Australia, and I think it was certainly evident from there that it was time that the Federation had had a body down in this part of the world. We've got some great football players down here, great administrative staff, but having that person down here to be able to get around and do some good work in the area in the Southern Hemisphere is very important for the federation.
I take it that'll mean that there'll be a Northern Hemisphere role as well.
Yeah, we've got a guy up in the Northern Hemisphere. We've got a global operations manager up there, and he's been Danny Kadansky, who's with the European Federation, has moved over to join the International Federation. Danny's a great experience, great administrator, and they've done some great stuff up in the Northern Hemisphere. So very good now, and lovely to see that John Grant, the chairman's out here today, and we've also had Nigel Wood down from the UK, who's the chief executive officer, has been out to a number of these matches as well. So it's good to see the not only that it's out a tournament, but also seeing all the heavy hitters here in town as well.
Yeah, that's right. I got to speak to Nigel the other day, and it's funny, we're talking about North and South Hemispheres, and he kind of kicked around the idea that this tournament might one day be a Northern and Southern Hemisphere thing, and then the two teams meet in a final, which would probably be financially more viable for some of these nations who are struggling to find sponsors and stuff like that. So that might be an idea to be floated around in the next couple of meetings.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's something that we've all been talking about for a while now, and we've got our annual Congress in England in early November, and it certainly will be on the agenda up there to be talking about that. And again, as you said, to be able to have a tournament in the Northern Hemisphere, one in the Southern Hemisphere, and then bring the top nations together is also very important. Notwithstanding the fact that we mustn't forget the girls as well.
Yeah, that's right.
To get the women involved with this as well, with the emerging nations. And we've had a lot to do over the years with the PNG Orchids and seeing those girls develop and that sort of stuff, especially in the World Cup. And as we had the Women's World Cup, and it was just fantastic to see the girls involved with rugby league and the passion that they have and that sort of stuff. It's really nice.
Yeah, not just the girls. We saw earlier on the physical disability guys running around as well, and so it's great to see those guys putting in for their countries and the thrill they must get to be able to pull on that Australian or New Zealand jersey.
Yeah. No, look, 100%. And I was privileged enough to give out the medals down there to the referees and shake the guys' hands down there, and just to see the smile on their faces and the passion. I think it's a game that shows no boundaries, and it's very important, and that's why we're here to really improve this on an international level and really do some great stuff as well.
All right, and you're hanging around for the final game today, Niue versus Malta.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't miss that for anything. I think we've had a lot to do with Malta, with David Excelsior over the years, and I think David came to me early 2016 actually and spoke to me about what it'd be like to have an emerging nations and within the World Cup. And unfortunately, due to some contractual arrangements, we couldn't actually do that. So hence here we are today. So it's been a long couple of years with David and I talking about this tournament. But no, wouldn't miss it for the world. And very passionate guys that are playing their footy, and I think that they've all been. I've spoken to a number of the teams this morning, and they've had a wonderful time here in Australia, and it's they've really enjoyed it.
All right. Well, hopefully, I think it was 11 years between the last tournament and this one. Hopefully, it's a bit short of a break next time.
Yeah. No, I don't think we'll be repeating that again. In fact, I'm sure of it. No, we've certainly on the radar screen to do some good stuff, and I think for the viewers that have been watching this on Facebook, and I've been reading a lot of the comments and that sort of stuff, and also on Twitter, this isn't something that we're going to say was wonderful and do nothing about it. Certainly a tournament that we want to see grow and evolve into a part of what we call our 4-year calendar, bookended by the World Cup.
Well, it's certainly something that I wasn't aware of until very recently, all these nations that are playing rugby league. Yeah. So we talk about growing the game, and it's tournaments like this that can do that in the future. So
yeah, and I think one of the programs that I'd like that we're talking about at the International Federation is it's very important, the sport on the field of play, but it's also very important off the field of play, making sure that we're talking about education and health and well-being, and making sure that when we bring people into countries, visas are right, accommodation right, transport's right, that sort of stuff. And not only that, to create a really good carnival atmosphere as well. I think it's important, and getting these guys into some community activities and even civic activities as well is I think it's also very important. And I think we learnt that well at the World Cup, where the nations had a pretty tight weekly calendar with their training, but also all the other commitments that they had to do off the field is really important as well.
All right, Jeremy, well, thank you very much for joining me in commentary today, and good luck with your new role, and all the best for International Rugby League moving forward.
Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll have more to talk about very shortly. All the best. Cheers.
Thanks very much. That was Jeremy Edwards, the Southern Hemisphere General Manager of the Rugby League International Federation. So some plans in the pipeline, which is good to hear. The Emerging Nations Tournament has been a success so far by all accounts. We've got 13 minutes gone in this first half. Second half, sorry. Poland lead the Philippines 14 points to 4. Got a player down injured at the moment. It's been put on report, so Lisinski looked like he might have been the man that was getting in a little bit of trouble there. It was Gordon, the man that was receiving attention, as we've got a penalty to the Philippines. So looked like the referee was signalling there for a crusher tackle. Bayern will find touch. 40 out from the Poland line, so they're 10 points behind here, the Philippines. A try here would certainly make things interesting. They've spilt their lollies. Might have just taken a little peek there, Daniel Kusia. If you're tuning in on Bar TV and you're watching us on our live feed, let us know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. Got any suggestions for the board of the Rugby League International Federation as well? I'll gladly pass them on to John Grant and Jeremy Edwards, who have joined us in commentary today. It's Poland now. They win their scrum feed and they're up over their own 30. Lisinski. He's met by 3 defenders. Comes to Saika now. That's James Usha. So they go down the left-hand side. Looking for some numbers down there. I'll play the ball and come back centre field through Usha. Still going, Usha up over the 30 and the offload to Nishtok. He'll be brought down on the 30. Last tackle comes to Harry Saika. Puts the ball up high. Goodwin coming to take it, and a little bit of a juggle there from the fullback, but he holds on to it. Stephenson now. Put down 25 out from his own line. Come the short side through Goodwin. Goodwin finds Mackie. Mackie with a bit of pace to burn. Gets out of one tackle, stays in the field of play. Saika comes across to finish him off. Some good play down the short side there from the Philippines. Russell now to Sheedy. Sheedy to, looks like Gordon out there. Gordon back to Russell. He goes across field, left to right. They find some numbers. That's Jeremy Grooms. He's tackled 30 out from the line. Nice little inside ball, and the halfback's gone down. To be a late hit. Yep, referee's seen it as well. Debbie's tuning in and cheering for Poland. Her son is playing. Good luck to your son out there, Debbie. It's the Philippines on the attack at the moment, though. 14 points to 4 down. Really good opportunity here for them to get themselves right back into this game. Russell just getting some attention after that late hit. Your son must be Jamie Shasherbanik. Debbie? Yep, number 3. Thanks for that confirmation. Captain as well. It's a massive honour captaining your nation. Congratulations, Debbie, on your son's achievements. They're leading this trophy final, 14 points to 4. Russell's back to his feet for the Philippines. Stubbs now carries it forward. Comes to Grooms. Grooms out the back to Russell. Russell to Goodwin. Goodwin throws the dummy to Mackey. Poland read it well. Mackey in a dummy half. Comes to Russell. Russell to Grooms. Grooms tucks it under the wing. He'll be tackled centre field, 10 out from the line. Sheedy out of dummy half. Russell. They go short. They come out the back to Goodwin. Goodwin throws the dummy. Still going. Comes back to Mackey, who juggles and holds onto it. Comes to Russell now. They come out to the right. That's Gordon. Gordon back on the inside. That's Cassini. So they play the ball now. Little kick in behind. Goodwin can't take it. He leapt high and just couldn't hold on to it. He got hit as he went to grab it. A chance goes begging. So Poland will get a 7-tackle set here. Be handy for them to get down the other end. So take the restart. They get in the left. That looks like Big Ush out there. I'll make their way over there, 40. They come to the right-hand side. Back centre field now, up over halfway into Philippines territory. Come to Harry Saker now. Kicks in behind, a nice little kick from the halfback. Cops a horrible Philippines bounce, and it just beats the winger into touch. Michael Maslanka was steaming down on it. Just beat him into touch. So the Philippines will have a scrum feed just inside their own 20. We've had 19 minutes gone here in this second half. Philippines striking back early in the second half. 14-0 down at half time. It's now 14 points to 4. And Poland having 3 big wins to start the tournament are in a bit of a dogfight at the moment. And we've got another penalty to the Philippines. So the penalty count slowly starting to even up here. Final kick for touch. And finds it. Good kick there from the 18. 35 out from the line. Gordon takes the tap and goes himself. He tackled just shy of the 20. So they come the open side through Byrne. Byrne to Russell. Russell out the back to Goodwin. Goodwin on the fly. He finds his winger Stephenson. Stephenson on the outside. Puts the fend on. Stephenson throws it back in field. Comes back to Gordon, who somehow keeps it in. Russell now. Oh, and they found a knock on. Well, can't say I saw a knock on myself, but I am a little obstructed where I'm sitting. But Stephenson with the fend, he managed to keep it in play. Goodwin, that looked to have gone back for me. The referee's found a little knock on in there somewhere, so it'll be a scrum feed to Poland, 10 metres out from their own line. Philippines knocking on the door. They started the tournament off, let's say, sluggishly, the Philippines, and over the last couple of games they've certainly come to life. They defeated Turkey to make it to this semi-final, and Turkey's been one of the surprise packets of this tournament. They're certainly putting their best foot forward here today against a good Poland side, as we see Usha offload. .15 shy of halfway, Poland, as they go down the short side. Karotchuk. Usha gets him up over halfway now, but he's met by 3 defenders. Stopped dead in his tracks. It'll be the last tackle. They come to Saika now. Puts it up high. Torpedo bomb. Spiralling. Tough for Goodwin. Oh, wow. What a take by the fullback. Safe as houses. You won't see a better bomb than that today. Goodwin diffused it. Now they'll make their way out of their own zone. 35 out from their own line here, the Philippines. Fine short ball. They turn the winger back underneath. Cassine will be tackled 5 shy of halfway. They put it through the hands. That's Grooms. Jeremy Grooms in the 23. William Grooms is in the 12. They come in at dummy half with Sheedy. The ball's been knocked on. So not the best last tackle option there from Sheedy. Scheming in and around the back of the play, the ball, and probably looking for a kick into the corner to put some pressure on, but Poland will come up with some good possession. There's a few tired boys out there for Poland at the moment. Hands on hips, down on one knee. No rush to get this game back underway. Earlier on today we had the physical disability game between Australia and New Zealand. That was game 3 in that series. The series was locked up at 1-1 and Australia got the chockies. 14 points to 8 today, so they take out the trophy in a hotly contested little competition between those two nations. It always is when Australia come up against New Zealand. We see the New A boys and the Malta team warming up for the big cup final that'll be on after this. Usha now up over halfway. Slow to his feet, the big man. Got through plenty of work so far today. That's Werstack out of dummy half. Saika now, short ball. Belasinski. Brought down just shy of the 30. And a penalty. Too slow in the play the ball. Just over 15 minutes to go in this one. A try here to Poland could be crucial. Saika now. Finds a line, 15 out. Be Werstack to take the tap. Koloje now. 5 out from the line. Great opportunity for Poland. They haven't had many in this second half. Short ball, Belasinski. He's tackled only a couple of metres away. Werstack in a dummy half. Comes to Saika. They go through the hands. A nice hole there. Karotchuk gets the ball away. Nice little offload. Oh, and they can't hold on to it. Medu and Garo ended up with the offload, and they found a little bit of space down that left touchline. Unfortunately, the pass didn't stick. Sherbanek out there, just couldn't hold on to it. Might just check in with Debbie to see if she's still watching and she can let me know if I'm getting these names right or wrong. Philippines now. 15 out from their own line. Russell through the hands to Mackie. Fends off one, still going Mackie up to the 30. He'll play the ball slowly, it must be said. That's Will Grooms. Tackle just shy of the 40. Sheedy in a dummy half. They find Jeremy Grooms. Offloaded by Grooms. Comes back to Byron. Byron now to Gordon. Gordon nearly got on the outside of his man. Good legs tackle out there. Jeremy Grooms, short ball. Kusia. I'm getting the thumbs up from Debbie. Thanks very much, Debbie, for that. They come to Byron. Russell now. Through the hands. Goodwin. Goodwin to Mackie. They've got the numbers. Stephenson down the touchline. He puts it on the toe. And it's well picked up by Nishtok. So the Philippines throwing everything in the kitchen sink at Poland. Poland are up to the task so far. There's Lanka now. Play the ball just shy of the 40. Comes to Liam Sager, who is absolutely hammered. That was Grooms in on the tackle. It's Michalowski. He tackled right on halfway, centre field. Meduangaro now, through the hands. Sherbanek will play the ball. That's Nishtok now, puts it up high. Goodwin again. Does well to take that one. That was a floating one that time. Stephenson will do the hard yards. Ooh, nearly broke the tackle, Stephenson. Tell you what, if he could have stepped out of that one, there was open pastures in front of him. Mackie now gets pushed back in defence. The sun's still poking through here out at St Mary's. If you're in the area, make sure you get down here. We've got the big cup final coming up between UA and Malta. In the trophy final here, we've got just under 12 minutes to go. We have Poland 14 leading the Philippines 4. The Philippines have thrown everything at Poland so far in this second half and come up with the one try and a few other chances. So come across field, Mackie carrying 2-3 with him. This will be the last tackle. Goodwin in the dummy half. Comes to Russell. And he puts it up high. That's a torpedo spiral. Nishtok stands there and takes it. A good kick chase from the Philippines. They drive him back 5 metres, back to the 10. So time's starting to become a little bit of an enemy for the Philippines here. They play the ball 15 out from the line. Meduangaro in a dummy half, goes short to Michalowski. Slow play the ball. Player 25 out from his own line. It's Kolodziej. Comes to Saika. Saika kicks long. It's a good kick. It's from inside the 40. You'd want to get a wriggle on Stephenson. Manages to keep it in. There's that man again. He's been outstanding on his own kicks today, Saika. He's laying all in the play the ball. Goodwin gets out of dummy half. Finds Gordon. What I think's Gordon. No, it's the 19. Kasani. We're up to the 30 now. Goodwin plays the ball. Sheedy in a dummy half. Comes to Byron. Byron, short ball. Kusi will play it just shy of his own 40. Sheedy out of dummy half. Back in front of the play the ball. That's Gordon this time. Gordon gets the arms free and the offload. 6 again. Iron on the ball, so he's up to the 40. So a full set of 6 here at the disposal. We're inside the final 10 minutes here at St Mary's. Poland leading the Philippines 14 points to 4. We're live through Bar TV Sports. Make sure you let us know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. As Russell steps back inside. Still going, Russell. Offloads to Sheedy. And they'll be tackled 10 out from the line here, so a really good chance to the Philippines. So they go the open side. That's Sheedy out of dummy half. Sheedy for the line. Sheedy goes close. Does he get it down? No, he does not. Poland's goal line defence stands up again. Very, very close thing there for Sheedy. They come to the left-hand side through Russell now. Russell with the short ball. He's into the hole. They're over. Joey Mallion crosses the chalk. And with 9 minutes to go in this trophy final, Poland 14, Philippines 8 with a kick to come for the Philippines. We're in for a bit of a grandstand finish here at St Mary's. As I said, Poland have had it all their own way in this tournament. 3 massive wins in their first 3 games. And they are in a scrap at the moment. Still plenty of time left on the clock. 8 minutes to go in this one, and the Philippines 14-0 down at half-time have fought their way back. Bayern will look to add the extras. Big kick in the scope of things. They're behind by 6, but if you can convert this, a converted try for the Philippines will just about win it. He strikes it, and look at that. Draws it back in over the black dot. 14 points to 10. Game on here at St Mary's.
With Poland on 4, and about 7.5 minutes of football remaining.
There's the clock ticking down. Down to 7 minutes 20 here. Cycle get us back underway. It's a wobbly one to deal with. It's well taken by Goodwin. Jeez, he's been good under any high ball today. 7 minutes to go in this one. Poland lead 14 points to 10. You've got to say, Poland would have been heavy favourites going into this one, and the Philippines are coming home with a wet sail. It's Kusia now, up to halfway. They've got all the momentum at the moment, the Philippines. As I say that, we've got a bit of a falcon off Russell. There's a try scorer, Mallion. Lucky to get away with one there, the Philippines, as it comes to Russell again. Short ball to Grooms. Jeremy Grooms. He'll be tackled 35 out from the line, so still a couple of tackles up their sleeve. Sheedy out of dummy half. Sheedy's through the middle. Sheedy to the fullback. Nishchok takes him. 5 metres out from the line. Last tackle. They come the short side through Russell. Russell with a little kick. It's bounced up off the shoulder. And somehow Poland regather, but they're pushed back into the in goals. And a penalty. Wow. The referee scored a penalty for carrying on with the tackle. Poland escape by the skin of their teeth. Syker will kick for touch. And the Philippines came within a whisker of not just scoring a try, but they could have forced a repeat set. Now Poland have to work it out from their own end. Just over 5 minutes to go here at St Mary's. It's been all the Philippines in this second half. From 14-0 down at half-time, we saw a massive comeback from Japan against Hong Kong on Thursday night. Could we be witnessing another one here in the trophy final? So they come to Syker now. Syker out the back. That's Nishtok. He'll play the ball. Last tackle. Comes to Syker again. It's a decent kick. It might go too far though. Oh, that's an unkind bounce there for Syker. They'll get a 7 tackle set here, the Philippines, with just under 5 minutes to go. 14 points to 10 down. They're not going to get too many more uses with the football. That's Gordon now up over the 30 on 0 tackle. Buying in a dummy half. Mackie now. He's picked up and put down. Good tackle there from Liam Syker. Stephenson now in off his wing. Fending up over halfway. Still going, Stephenson. 15-metre run there from the winger. Russell in a dummy half. Comes to Sheedy. Sheedy just happy to drop that one off. Michael Godfrey out there in the number 2. Sheedy in a dummy half again. Byrne goes to the line. Short ball regathered. I think it was just. So they get away with one there, the Philippines. Somehow managed to hold on to that one, Kusia. So they go down the short side. Byrne with a little kick in behind. Poland come across and happy to just see that one run into touch. So probably not the result from that kick that they wanted, the Philippines. But they're going to force Poland to work it off their own goal line with, they can stop the clock just over 3 minutes to go in this game. Plenty of hands on hips and hands on heads out there for Poland at the moment. Got the clock stopped at 3 minutes and 8 seconds, so probably think they might maybe get 2 uses of the football, the Philippines, and maybe only 1, depending on what happens with this Polish set. Look for a little bit of a shove in the scrum. Comes out to Sherbanek. Palasinski now up over the 20. They just need their forwards to dig in here, Poland, and really muscle up and get over the advantage line as Nishtok now in a dummy half. Comes to Liam Syker now. He's knocked back in the tackle. They're up over the 30. A couple of tackles left here for Poland. You can bet your bottom dollar Harry Syker will be putting his boot through one in a second. That'll be the last tackle, so they've done well, the Philippines, to restrict the metres. 2 minutes 15 left on the clock. Harry Syker puts his foot through that one. Goes straight down to Stephenson. He'll run it back the winger. Still going, Stephenson. 30, 35, backing into the defence. So he'll play the ball 35 out from his own line on the first. Mackie now comes back centre field. There's a fend. He had the arm free, but decided to hold on to it. Slow play the ball. We're inside the final 2 minutes. Byrne now. Gordon back underneath. Goodwin's still going. Goodwin. Oh, poked his nose through. He had support, couldn't find Russell. Sheedy in a dummy half. Russell now down the left-hand side. Short ball. Mallion will be tackled inside the 30. Still 2 tackles up their sleeve here. Sheedy goes to Russell. Well, Russell takes a line on himself and he's tackled. 20 out from the goal line. It'll be the last. Byrne now. This will probably be the last play for the Philippines. A little chip back towards the post. It's hit the upright. It bounces up. Nishtok manages to get a hold of it. And Poland escaped there. It hit the upright. Byrne came charging through and it just sat up for him and he couldn't grab it. And heartbreak for the Philippines. That would have been the ball game. As we see the replay, kick back to the post for himself. Oh, that's the bounce of the football for you. All he had to do was grab it. It was a tough one to take, but if he does, he goes over and wins the game for his country. Now it's Poland. You can pretty much see this game out with a couple of runs from dummy half. They know they've been in a game today, the Polish side. Toughest test they've had so far, and they've come through it. The clock ticks down to 10 seconds to go. Be no rush to play this ball. Comes to Syker. Syker just boots it up into the grandstand. And that's full time here at St Mary's, and Poland leading 14-0 at half time. Hold on to beat the Philippines 14 points to 10 in the trophy final of the Emerging Nations World Championships. A hard fought contest. Poland come out on top. Great effort from the Philippines in the second half, and they had a chance to pinch it late. Bayern couldn't hold on to it after the kick had hit the post. And it's Poland who take out the trophy final. I'm Dan McCamley. A big thank you to Bar TV Sports for having me over these emerging nations. Stay tuned for the cup final between Niue and Malta. That'll be up after the trophy presentation. It's Dan McCamley signing off.
Ladies and gentlemen, to commence the presentation for the Emerging Nations World Championship Trophy Division, I'd like to welcome Paul and Bill Gordon, New South Wales Rugby League Life member, and David Nisson, Emerging Nations World Championship Organising Committee member. Firstly, we'd like to acknowledge our match officials from today's game and call forward our referee and touch judges to receive your medals. Our runners up for today's game were the Philippines, and I'd like to call forward the captain of the Philippines to please say a few words.
Congratulations on what you're doing over there. Come on, boys. Nice to grip for 2 weeks. Work on it and draw it again, country crowd, and come up Wednesday morning. I'll see you together, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'd like to call forward the Philippines to receive the runners-up medals. now like to call forward the captain from Poland to please say a few words.
Family, friends, everybody that gave up their time, sorted out the Cowboys, come to do what we do, what we love. We thank the goal. The last 12 years, probably every couple of years, because we're like partners and partner guys and whatever else. So thank you very much. To Coach Boyd and the rest of the coaching staff, to get these boys to bond together in such a short time, that's a credit on your coaches and try to put you are. You should enjoy yourself. And to our boys, look after a bit of much blood to put the jersey on me. That's the way the next game this morning. And we spoke down at the start of the game that you get what you deserve. Today I think we deserve what we've got. So let's get really happy boys and let's get on it now.
Please come forward and receive the medals. To the winning captain. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and congratulate Poland, the Emerging Nations World Championship First Division winner.
Everybody
folks, on field number 2, about to kick off, we have the Solomon Islands and Hong Kong. On field number 2, here on the stadium field, we have Niue and Malta.
Let's go, you bolts!
Hello and welcome to the St Mary's Stadium here in the west of Sydney. Paul Arundel with you in commentary for the Emerging Nations World Championship final between Niue and Malta. You can see both teams out there on the field. We'll be upstanding for the national anthems very shortly. We just had an entertaining game beforehand for the trophy between Poland and the Philippines, with Poland getting over Philippines 14-10. It's very entertaining. You can look back at the stream later on YouTube or on the Facebook page. Don't forget to send us your comments on Facebook. Let us know where you're watching from around the world, or if you're just down the road. A couple of big names in the Malta side. Late inclusion of Jared Sammet. Be upstandard for the national anthems.